Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Coming up to 2 years now since I've owned this car, the wonderful SL55 AMG, the R230 variant. And I wanted to update you guys just in terms of how it's been going for me. Has it been looking after me? Have I been looking after it? Is it still fun? Am I still enjoying it? And would I recommend these cars? We'll get onto that towards the end of this video. But I have to say, let's look at the enjoyment factor of this car. And in this day and age, so long after this thing was made, so long after it was conceived, and so long after it rolled off the factory, it is still a wonderful, wonderful piece of engineering, a wonderful, wonderful piece of equipment. It is such a joy to get in, and you just never tire of the V8 engine that sits in front of you in this car. It is just sublime. And yes, I have said this before and I'll say it again. One of the best V8 engines ever made, with that compressor, that supercharger sitting on top of it, just for a bit of extra enjoyment. But it is a really, really wonderful car. And yes, of course, it's got bits on it that are supposed to go wrong, suspension being one of them, but still behaving for me. And I think one of the takeaways that I've found with these cars, the more I've owned it, the more I've heard other people's stories, other people's advice about them, is you have to use them regularly as you can. Not too much, but not too little. I think the sweet spot for me is probably a really good trip once every 2 weeks in these cars. Any more than that, if you're leaving it any more, you need to ensure that the battery's topped up. And I just think if they're sat in the same place, especially with the ABC, that's when problems can start to creep in. I think just the feeling that I get, use them or lose them. Definitely don't put them in the garage under a tree with a cover on and let them sweat. They need to be used, these cars, they really do. And they will be used very well. They'll go on for a lot of miles for sure, the engine, the transmission, but absolutely it is a car that needs to be used. So if you do get one, please use it. But looking at the car itself and this car and the problems that I've had with it, well, the only problem I've had recently with it is with the AC, the air conditioning, in that when you try to call it, turn it on, the light would just blink at you, it would flash. And looking online, it seemed that one of the causes of that could be low refrigerant, low coolant in the system. So I took it along to my trusty Mercedes mechanic, really good guy, known him for a long time, does all of my car work on the Mercs, and he had a good look through it, couldn't spot any leaks. And what we did is we ended up just regassing the system, and that was probably about 2 months ago now, and today it is still working absolutely fine. So what I think we saw there is just refrigerant naturally dropping over time, and that happens with all cars, new and old. Every so often you need your aircon regassed, and looking through the history in this, I couldn't see any mention of it being done at all, certainly not recently anyway. So we did that, and it seems to be holding up really well, which is good, because a new matrix on these, if that's the thing that's leaking, is I think about 1,300 quid. It's a serious chunk of change, but we seem to be holding up very nicely. And this car itself, other than that, has been absolutely great. We get a strange kind of chirpy sound. I'll see if I can get it to do it now. Let's come down here. Whenever you put on the loud pedal, no, it's not doing it there. You just get a kind of twisty sound, and I thought it might have been the supercharger pulley, because you get a supercharger clutch in here that only engages the supercharger, I think above 2,000 RPM or something, just to maintain your mileage as best as possible, keep your MPG down. But I'm not doing it now, but just get this weird kind of It's like a chipmunk screechy kind of sound. Very brief, but that's the only kind of strange thing which is going on with this car at the moment. Can't really work out what it is. Got any ideas, let me know in the comments. But it is running absolutely wonderfully, this car. Really, really well indeed. Just feels solid. Feels like it's still just rolled off the production line, and absolutely puts a smile on my face. A quick add-on afterthought here, in which I've clearly forgotten to remove my shades, is the other bit that is going wrong with this car. And it's not really wrong, it's just normal wear and tear, is front discs, one of which is warped. You notice it under braking, light braking only, you get a wobble in the steering wheel, but when you plant it quite heavily, that goes away. But yeah, the discs on the front have been on the car for some time now. I think there is a bit of a lip, and they could just do with being replaced, but that is an expectation of any car that you buy, so not too bad. Can I recommend these to buy, having owned one now for 2 years? And the answer is absolutely yes. I really can. I'd be happy to recommend these, especially with the price point that these things are at the moment. They represent such good bang for buckery on the price. You can get a good one at about 15 to 18,000 pounds in the UK, which is so cheap. And it's absolutely worth it. It really is. Just buy one that you know has been well looked after, one that is likely come from another enthusiast that has cherished the car but has to let it go for maybe an unwanted reason. I would absolutely thoroughly recommend these R230s. Give it a go, you will not be disappointed. That's it for this one. Do stay safe, stay well, see you on the next one, and bye for now.